Hey everybody, this is Jack with Vacationies. Thanks for watching the videos. Do me a favor and subscribe so you'll get notified of new videos coming up every Tuesday. In this video, this is an interview with Shawn and Rashidah. We hosted their wedding for them and planned a wedding with them for August 2023. I'm breaking this up into two parts because they have a lot of good information. They had a big wedding. So hang on and let's watch the video I did with Shawn and Rashidah. Hey everybody, this is Jack with Vacationies, and we're going to talk to another client of ours who just had a wedding, Shawn and Rashidah. Now, tell us where you were married.
We got married in Riviera, Mexico at El Dorado, Casitas, and Generations.
Oh my God, my favorite. Now, Shawn, I'll bet you like the showers amore.
Yes.
So for everybody that has not been to El Dorado Casitas, they're amazing rooms, but they actually have outdoor showers. Don't worry, you're not out in front of everybody, but they call them the showers of love. So just a great adults only experience, very boutique and great service.
Fair enough.
So how many people did you invite to your wedding, guys? And how many actually showed up? Because that's always a question people are always worried about.
We invited about 165 and 100 showed up.
Wow, that's great. So I usually tell people 60%, and you guys are pretty close to my 60%.
Most definitely.
And how far in advance did you start the planning process?
A year and a half.
A year and a half?
Yeah, Shawn proposed 2021.
Yeah.
December 2021 on Christmas Day. And I found out about you through one of your great interviews that you're doing with us, basically. And then turned around and I contacted you by February, and we were rolling and figured everything out by about April.
So do you think it was perfect timing, too far in advance? I mean, what do you guys think?
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better.
Yeah.
So if I'm a bride thinking of a destination wedding, your suggestion is further out versus closer in.
Definitely. Because it took some time for you to go back and forth with the resorts. We had originally, I don't know if you remember, Jack, but we originally thought about going to Aruba. And we were like, okay, realizing that Aruba is not as family friendly. We have a 4-year-old daughter. We have a nephew who's our ring bearer and so forth. So it was like, okay, Aruba's not as family friendly. And then we compared Jamaica resorts to Mexican resorts, and kind of went back and forth between that. And you gave us a couple to look at, review. You also did some negotiation for us back and forth. So it took some time, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it.
That's great. That's great. So when you picked the resort, like what were like the top 3 things that you wanted in a resort, which is why you chose the resorts you chose?
All inclusive, the knowledge of their team when it comes to wedding planning and putting everything into place, as well as the amenities such as all the restaurants, the extracurricular activities you can do there, and the look of the venues.
Right. So just so everybody knows, so you guys have what I call a large group, adults, adults with kids, adults without kids, family, friends all over. So we ended up with a combination of Generations, El Dorado Royale, and El Dorado Casitas. So you had guests staying at a family-friendly resort, you have guests staying at an adults-only resort, and then within the adults-only, you also had guests staying in the Casita, which is kind of boutique-y, adults-only within.
Yes.
So let's talk about the planning process. So how was the planning process with the team at the resort? I mean, you had ideas. I've seen pictures, which were amazing. So you evidently had ideas before you went to them. So how are they working with your ideas and actually making them come to reality? What was your experience?
I can start, honey. Anna Maria was great. She was the first person you paired us with when we originally started the email chain. And from day one, it was like, okay, I'll get you on. We'll talk about, what is your vision? And here's your packages, and here's what we can provide, and so forth. And she was like, okay. It started us from day one of just discussing those pieces, but also bringing in our vision. We kind of wanted a boho theme. We knew that we wanted something warm and welcoming, not too beachy per se, but more of a like natural feel. So we wanted pampas instead of big boisterous flowers. We wanted small, intimate centerpieces. And Anna Maria was able to not only show us that piece, but provide different types of reviews. We had several meetings with her in advance. The first couple months out, we met, what was that, bi-monthly?
Yeah.
About bi-monthly.
So when
And
you
then
say meetings,
Mhm.
sorry to
Oh,
break
no,
it.
you're fine.
So when you talk about meetings, so you initially started via email,
Yes.
and then you had Zoom meetings, you're saying. Did
Mhm.
you ever have an in-person meeting?
Yes. When we got there, we did have some in person, but we, within about being about 5 months out, we started communicating via WhatsApp.
Okay.
So we met with her a year before the wedding. We went out there around the
Mhm.
same time, just to get a feel of the resort, look at the venues, put in location to vision,
Mhm.
and then once after that, it began meeting via WhatsApp and Zoom.
So she was great to work with in terms of the planning.
Yes.
So now you show up and you go, wow, how was the articulation from the planning to reality? From, because you did work with her, but from what I recall of working with Generations, they actually supply you a team when you walk in
They
that is
do.
there to actually take your dreams, turn them into reality, and pamper you the whole time you're there, right?
Very true, yes. But Anna Maria was still a big part day of,
Hmm.
even up to the end of it, everything. Like the last month out, we continued to be on WhatsApp with her, and we had our own wedding producer, Kevin Lee Productions, who he connected us as well as with Alex, who was on the resort, and Anna Maria. We were all on one big group chat on WhatsApp, and Anna Maria continued to be helpful in that space, and sort ensuring that we were not only comfortable, but we got there safely. Any last minute changes. We had a couple of little last minute changes. We had 2 people who weren't no longer able to come. So that was an alteration and change that she quickly turned around for us. And even was that 2 days before we met? 2 days before we met, we sat down with Anna Maria, Kevin, and Alex and went over the full spreadsheet that we had worked with Anna Maria from day one on, and went over everything from the amount of people, the food, the dessert, the timing, the run of show, music, ensuring the DJ was there. We had a vocalist who sang Me Down the Aisle, ensuring all of those pieces were together. Even the family dinner for the rehearsal dinner, Alex was there day of, and Anna Maria was still just a text or call away. She even was super helpful when it came to, we needed our bridal suite extended, and she was like, "Don't worry about it. I got y'all. We'll figure it out." And she bumped that cost for us, out of just love and pure relationship that we had built over time. I will say that relationship building was a great piece of this planning process, with not only with you all and your team, but also the team on the ground there. And everyone gave us a lot of grace and courtesy, because a lot of our family members were flying out of the country for the first time ever, or the first time since they were, teenagers or
Right.
post-COVID, so some people just didn't know. They just
Right.
didn't know. And everyone was all hands on deck from the resort to you all, down to day of.
Great. So that resort, one of the reasons I like it is they have some very unique wedding locations.
Mm-hmm.
So which location did you have your ceremony?
We had the ceremony on the pier. On
And
the
that's
Jamaican
truly a once in a
Beautiful.
lifetime location. Of all the resorts, there's maybe one or two that have the pier.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll show some pictures. I'll get some pictures from you guys. And because it truly is unique. And where was your reception?
reception was in the hall and downstairs of the El Dorado
The
Royale
Yes,
banquet.
the
Oh,
banquet
the
hall. Yeah,
banquet room. Yeah, yeah. So you had a
big,
ballroom. And my guess
like
is
all
because
the
you guys
ballrooms.
wanted a party, you wanted a party all night long, I guess. Is
You
that why
know
you
it.
chose?
Yes,
Okay.
most definitely. And the space, where it was located, we realized it was a little hot. Of course, it was Mexico in August, so
Right.
it was a little hot. So we did the reception indoors, ceremony outdoors, cocktail hour outdoors. So we were like, let's bring everybody in for the rest of the evening. And then the space was great. It was enough space for us to party all night, be loud, have fun, drink, dance, and not worry about disturbing everybody too much.
So from the wedding side,
Mhm.
what was your favorite part of the wedding experience? Was it a party? What memory, like if you had to boil that down again to one experience from the wedding side, what would you say that was?
For me, I think because so many of our family had never been out of the country, it was just seeing all of our family together. And we've been together for best friends for 13 years, been together 8 years. So our families were already family from day one, but literally the resort was so warm and welcoming that it brought everyone together with ease. You know, it was just a space of love, and you felt that in the air. So seeing the families together was definitely the best wedding experience piece for me.
If you had to change anything from the planning process of the wedding, is there anything you would change?
First,
I think I would have been in more days.
that part.
Great answer.
That's a good answer. I think I would have the planning part. I think went great. Like the planning with the resort, literally, no lie, was seamless for me. Like we did a lot of, like I said, back and forth emails, WhatsApp. I think the thing I would change is day of, extending the time in the morning to ensure that we had more time for pictures and kind of just a little bit more. We were eased into it, but we missed some great pictures, and I'm kind of like a little hurt by that. But we worked it out later.
So I know Jared has talked to a couple guests, and everybody's had an amazing time. And the common theme was exactly what Shawn said. I wish I would have stayed longer. That's what we heard from people, was there were so many restaurants, I couldn't eat at them. I couldn't get to this. There were so many bars I wanted to try. I never had time to go. And Shawn, your comment is just so on point, because I'm constantly saying to brides and grooms, let's not even offer a 3-night stay. Let's do 4 and 5-night stays, because I guarantee your guests are going to call us and say, can I extend? And we can't when you're there.
Yeah. Some people did. Several
So
people actually started with 3 nights and ended up with 4.